Do you really know how people found your business when they pick up the phone or they give you a call? Do you really have any idea as to what types of advertising is working for your business? Well, quite often we might think we know, we might even guess, we might make assumptions. But wouldn't it be great if Google actually told you exactly how people found your business? Well, there's been a new metric, a new release on analytics released today, and I want to show you exactly how you can use that for your Google My Business listing. So I'm Zane from Zanet Design, and I work with businesses and help them to improve their being found on Google, working along with the search engine optimization and just finding ways in which they can improve their website so they get greater business presence in Google. And this video is not going to be without exception of being useful because it's going to give you something that's just been released today that's going to help you understand your audience. Now, understanding what your customers want is always going to be helpful if you're a business owner because you can then actually give them what's going to appeal to them. So let me just ask you this question. Do your visitors find your business through Google Maps or through Google searching? And then also another question. Do the majority of your business users, do they find you by using a mobile or are they using a laptop or a desktop? Well, you may have a good idea as to how that's the case from the feedback they've given. But wouldn't it be great if you knew exactly the percentages, the exact breakdown, and whether or not your campaigns have been working, and whether your adverts should be aimed at mobile or aimed at desktop? And if the majority of people were finding you on mobile, then what can you do to your website and to your listing to make sure that it appeals to mobile users? Well, this video is going to answer all those questions for you. Let's first jump in to Google My Business and show you how these performance metrics are being shown and how you can find this new area that's going to give you a greater insight into your business. And then afterwards, we'll just look at a few things you can do to make sure your business is taking advantage of this information. Into your Google My Business, and then on the left-hand side, you just go to Insights. And here you have a list of all the information that's been collected about how people have found your business. So you'll find this pretty useful if you're looking for more information about how photographs and how people are contacting your business. Information such as how customers can contact you, whether they visit the website or directly call you and so on. And we've looked at these in past and we'll come on to these details a bit more about branding and the importance of direct discovery and so on. But this is the bit we're interested in. There's now a new insights being built and you need to check this out. So if you notice here, you'll get more information now and this has just been updated a few times in the last week. So as much as you've got all interactions, you can then discover whether this is through calls or whether it's through messages. So people can message you on the app, they can call you as well directly. But the more interesting change is this week we've now got this release of how people have viewed your business. So what does this actually mean? Well, we're now getting a percentage breakdown of, so this tells me that 60% of my visitors came on a desktop and they found me through using Google Search. So there's kind of two things you need to know the difference between Google Search and Google Maps. So Google Search is if they go to literally google.com or the local Google search engine and do a search. Google Maps is if they go to Google Maps and do a search for your business. So this tells me that 60%, so kind of a large majority of my visitors are on a desktop and they go to Google Search to find me. But on the other hand, 22%, so the next metric along is they're finding me on Google Maps. So in effect, 82% are using desktops and only 18% are using a mobile. So why does that matter? Well, if I'm aiming all my adverts at mobile users, but the majority of people trying to find me are using desktop, then I could probably build a campaign around a desktop campaign. Now this will vary depending on your business, depending on the type of people that you're advertising for, but mainly you're looking for finding out what is it that your users, the people that are interested in what you do, are currently using. And as much as mobile friendly websites are important, as you can see in my case, when it comes to web design services, even though people want mobile friendly websites, the actual people looking for me are still using
desktops, and desktops include anything outside of tablets really. So you're talking about laptops, you're talking about desktops, you're talking about larger screens, people at work that are in an office, that type of thing. Now, the other thing as well that it gives you a breakdown in is the search terms, or we often speak of keywords. So these are the keywords. Again, it shows how many people have searched. So the chances are that the average person is going to a desktop, they're going to google.com and they're typing in Zanet design. So that kind of gives me a lot of information. Now, if I want more of a breakdown, I can click on see more, and then I'll get more and more search terms as well as to what people are using. But on the whole, these top 5 search terms, this breakdown here is giving me a great insight into whether I need to focus on my desktop users or my mobile users at this time, and whether people are finding me through the search engine or through Google Maps. Now, I could argue that maybe I need to focus more on improving my mobile and improving particularly on maps being found. So maybe I should check out, see if there's a reason why people aren't finding me as easily on here. And it's good to have that in mind. It's good to get information rather than guessing. This is absolute information that Google's now recording and are really helpful, just come out this week.
So you've now looked at your insights. You've noticed that perhaps the majority of people are visiting your website or finding your business through Google search, but they're using mobiles. So what would you do with that information? Well, first you would make sure that your website is mobile friendly. You'd also make sure that you tested all of your things that you were doing, like your adverts and so on, that they were aimed at a mobile audience. You'd also make sure that perhaps you used things that were more relevant to a mobile. So on your website that's free through Google My Business, you can add on there WhatsApp, for example, as a button, or a call now button, which is probably easier than filling out an email because they're on a mobile already. And also you might consider the importance of adding map directions and so on to your website if they're on a mobile. So having an idea as to what your personal audience is using to find you should help you to know how you should market and how you should appeal to their needs. Now, one of the bigger things, of course, in 2021 is understanding the importance of being mobile friendly with your website and also having the speed and using AMP, for example, to get that speed up together. So if you want to know more about some free tools that are going to help you to do that, then head over to this video and I'll show you 3 tools that are really useful for your business. If you want to just understand how Google Insights works in a bit more detail, then head over to this video and I'll see you there.